We were part of it too. I don't think it's gonna make many changes.
Let's pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day and all the blessings that you bestowed upon us all, Lord. I pray that you'll be with this body of commissioners as they get ready to take on the business at hand. Pray, God, that you'll continue to bless our nation and our land, but most of all, bless our county. Rich in your Son, Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Keith Parker. Here. Shane Bowman. Greg Brooks. Here. Danny Carver. Here. Debbie Davis. Here. Mush Davis.
Here.
Christy Harden. Here. Kelly Morgan. Here. John Pippinger.
Here.
Samantha Franklin. Here.
Approval of reports of the officers.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion by Samantha, second by Mush. Any discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Christy Harden.
Yes.
Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Franklin.
Yes.
So who the minutes?
Well, you switched on
I
that.
swear
That's
to
okay.
approval of minutes. Approval of minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Samantha, second by Kelly. Any discussion on the minutes? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Christy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Franklin. Yes.
Next is approval of notaries. We got several this month. We got Betty Jane Standridge, Ariana Standridge, Eric Graham, James Meeks, Larry Bill Koff, and Ann Price.
Motion to approve. All
Second.
six.
Motion by Samantha, second by Mudge. Any discussion on the notaries? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Christy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Franklin. Yes.
Number 4 is budget amendments. We're gonna move them below the funding for the schools because how it is voted on determines the budget amendments we need to do. So I'll move it to later on down the agenda. We've got no budget amendments from the school board that need to turn in tonight. Number 6 is Chilhowee Middle School football field handicap restaurant. That's Adam's. In case y'all wasn't here, we met the school board at 6. We come to an agreement and to an amount to give them. And they've still not approved their bid yet from the list of bidders, but we did agree on an amount that we were going to donate to it, that they were acceptable of. So I can't make a motion, but anybody's here.
Make a motion. Make a motion, just a second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion by Mush.
We do want that receipt, okay?
All right, a motion by Mudge, second by Samantha. We're gonna donate $20,000 even to the school system for the construction of the bathroom. Is there any discussion on the gift to the school?
I just like to say we need to take this as a learning experience and plan more towards these repairs and construction in the future. I think that would really help us out a lot for both of them. And I'm in agreement with helping y'all out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to have a better plan.
You're right, Danny. What do you say?
But I had a better plan. I had a lot better than it was 5 years ago.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Christy Harden.
Yes.
Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Franklin.
Yes.
Well, we need to wait on the sheriff's too down there. But the opioid settlement.
Oh, so
So
you want
we'll
to go
just-
ahead and do it?
We'll just do them all together after we do the opioid settlement. Next is, the school board vacancy, District 1 appointment, Commissioner Pickens.
I put this
Anybody
on
from
the,
District 1,
do what?
anybody from District 1 make a nomination?
Mark Williams.
Donna Calhoun.
Are we making all the nominations now, Brooks?
Do what?
We're making all nominations now?
Well, first we done the first district, and now, anybody else, John or Kelly or David? Any more?
We've done all of ours.
Got to go ahead. Now, anybody, any district?
Yeah, Mark Allen.
Any more nominations? All right, no more nominations? Before we close the nominations, first one nominated, first one to vote on, Mark Williams. Don't have to have a motion. Don't have to have a motion.
No, no nominations.
Keith Parker,
Yes.
Greg Brooks,
Pass.
Danny Carver,
No.
Debbie Davis,
Yes.
Mush Davis,
Yes.
Chrissy Harden,
No.
Kelly Morgan,
Pass.
John Pippinger,
Yes.
Samantha Trentham.
Pass.
All right.
I'm gonna, real quick, I'm not passing to get out of vote. I think all three of these, I know them all, I like them all. Everybody knows that. This come up in my district about 2 years ago, and it was in a couple of days of the same time frame, when Josh Rose resigned, and we didn't do nothing in my district. We waited till the August election, and I think, even though it's a couple of days, it's literally just a few days different, but I think since we didn't in District 2, I'm not gonna vote for one in District 1. It's nothing against any of them. I like them all. I know them all. They know, we're all friends, whatever, but that's why I'm passing. I just putting that out there. It's because of, what was that, 2 years ago? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it was similar within 2 or 3 days timeline. The same thing with August election coming up, so that's why I'm doing that. Next is,
Commissioner, Mr. Chairman, don't care since you brought that up. I want to throw that in there too. I put this on the agenda because it's in my district and because the days are 167 days from the time of the resignation being acknowledged by the commission until the general election. And the state law says 120 days or more, the commission shall. Now, in your case, it was 114 days.
that's
which is
what
less
I
than-
said, it real close to the same time.
It was, but you forgot about the 120-day rule in state law.
And also, CPAS, there would be no repercussions if we didn't fill the seat.
Well, you need to check on your oath of office. It says you go by all state and federal laws.
That's what I asked about. They said there'd be no repercussions on that either.
Well, did she put it to you in writing?
I just took her word, but anyway. Next is Donna Calhoun.
What was the count on that?
We have 4
4
yes, 2 no, and 3 pass. Debbie?
Yep.
Keith Parker,
Yes.
Greg Brooks,
Pass.
Danny Carver,
No.
Debbie Davis,
Yes.
Mush Davis,
No.
Chrissy Harden,
Yes.
Kelly Morgan,
Yes.
John Pippinger,
Yes.
Samantha Trentham.
Pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yes. 1, 2, no, or pass. No.
So that's one
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5 yes. 1, 2 pass. 1, 2 no.
So
That's 5
it's
yes.
just 5. All right, next is Mark Allen.
Keith Parker,
Pass.
Greg Brooks,
Pass.
Danny Carver,
Yes.
Debbie Davis,
Yes.
Mush Davis,
Pass.
Christie Harden,
Yes.
Kelly Morgan,
Yes.
John Kipinger,
Pass.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
One, two, three, four yes,
Five
five pass.
So nobody wins, right?
Somebody wins.
We can go back down. Yeah. Y'all wanna try again, or just let it unfeel?
I say we start with whoever got the most votes, put them first and vote on that, and go back to it. What do you think?
Start voting again?
Yeah, whoever got
Okay.
The most
the
yes.
most, yes, I think, was it Donna?
See if anybody wants to change their.
Donna Calhoun got the most with 5.
I'd put her first and then on down the list, vote on it.
You're not getting me away, I gotta get some more paper here. Okay.
We're gonna start it over again with the top vote getter, with Donna Calhoun. So we're ready to vote on her again.
Yes. Keith Parker,
Yes.
Greg Brooks,
Pass.
Danny Carver,
Yes.
Debbie Davis,
Yes.
Mush Davis,
Pass.
Christie Harden,
Yes.
Kelly Morgan,
Yes.
John Kipinger,
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
She passed. Six yes, and 1, 2, 3 pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yes. 1, 2, 3. Pass.
Well, she got it right.
Yes. Thank you.
And this is a 5-month appointment. A lot of people was really confused with that. Ever who gets this appointment will not be running for election.
Correct.
That we made that very clear, because we did not want to push that in any
What would
agenda.
be fair.
And anyway, but it was still very confusing to a lot of people, so it is a 5-month, and these were all excellent candidates, and I do want to say I hate appointments, because
Oh, appointments?
it's just, they suck.
They're the worst.
Yeah,
I
they're the
mean,
worst. The people need to do the picking, not us.
Donna's a
But we
great,
have to do it sometimes, so.
Donna's a great woman, and I was on the school board with Massey and Mark. I mean, I know for sure they're excellent school board
There's
members.
nobody, everybody was
Mine.
excellent.
Mine was just friends because of
It's just-
my district, the way it was done, so. All right, moving on, number 8.
Great.
Les and Sally Moss for a lifestyle building for the senior center. County Executive Action.
So with us today is Les and Sally Moss. Some of y'all may know him. I know him as Doc Moss. He's a traveling vet here in the county. But Doc Moss had approached me on and about the 20th of February with an idea. They own the lifestyle building, and he had came to me with the idea of a possible senior center. So at this time, I'd like for whichever one, whether it be Doc or his wife, Les or Sally, to address the commission.
I'm willing to take questions. Les Moss, nice to meet you. What's the proposal?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the proposal? Yes. Well, let's say we've got a great space for a senior center. We love older folks, and we want to do something for them and for the community. So it just seemed like a good match that we've got a conference center, we've got a dining room, and we've got a commercial kitchen available. And that is, I should say, the conference center is available now. The other stuff will be available, all of it will be available in June. So we asked about it, and people have been real, encouraging about it. So we asked Robbie, and he was too, and that's where we are. I was proposed that we could do it as as needed or as wanted. You know, we have this little feeling that you could have about anything grand, and if the seniors didn't like it or come, it wouldn't make any difference. And I think we should start small and let it grow if it will. So we were proposing that we start with $100 per day in whatever part of the building they want to use of those three that I said. That would cover the maintenance, and we would also include, we would pay the utilities in that. So for $100 a day, they could use the conference center however many days a week. Say if they used it 3 days a week, it'd be $300 a week. If they wanted to use the conference center and the dining room 3 days a week, that's $200 a week. Well, I should say that. That'd be $600 a week, twice as much as the $300. But you see where it would go from there. It'd be just basically whatever of those three things they wanted to use per week. I just envision them maybe using the dining hall maybe once a week, and maybe once a month they'd use it all. You know, maybe have a dinner that they want to cook there in the kitchen. But anything is available, you know, it's up to them what they want to do. If they want to come 5 days a week and, you know, use it all, that's great. We want the place to be bubbling and happy. We've got ideas for what they could do. The conference center is great for exercise room. The dining hall, of course, is great for dinner, and the food distribution from the county could be given there on Fridays instead of here at the courthouse. If they love it, then we'll even have more things for them to do outside, raised beds around the outside parking lot, things like that. Pretty open on that score. It's just whatever they want to do. Now that we're just offering the facility, we don't have the employees. You know, that would be up to the county to find somebody to run the thing, and we're just offering the space.
That'll lead into with Southeast Tennessee Development District. So what we had talked about was being able to do this on Fridays. And Stacy is in the back. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Stacy, but with Fridays being the food delivery, that would help to use for our numbers for the meals that come into the county. That would show to the state side with Southeast Tennessee Development District, who we work with on our senior center on the east side, that there's a desire. And it's like Les said, so the more that comes, then the more that would be available. But what we were thinking was to do this on Fridays, and so do 4 days in a month, every Friday. Try to find somebody that would step up and step in. Also, you know, with what he says is available, if one of those spaces was to be rented out, well, they wouldn't be available for especially the one space that's the restaurant area. This is the conference area. That was what we were looking at and what we looked at the other day. Les and I'd kind of talked that if it gets to where it's needed 2 or 3 days per week, if it grows to that, then we'll be able to reassess and come up with something that is favorable for both sides. But also this will kind of carry on into next year's budget, because we need some more money and funding from the county for the East Side Senior Center. So that's all part of how we're trying to, it's like I've said to those that's talked to me about it, this is the baby stages, this is just being carried, but for it to be able to work, we feel that doing it on a Friday, and then that way it will help with our meal delivery that shows the interest within the county. And so that way you wouldn't have just the meals going to the east side at the senior center, you'd have meals coming to both east and west. It would give these seniors an opportunity to have something to do. If you see Miss Barbara, I've talked to her, because I don't want people to think that we're trying to take over Happy Hearts. I think this is a way for Happy Hearts to be able to be a part, because it's doing, and they have been doing a wonderful job, but also to kick back off from that, because you meet once a month. And so this would be somewhere for the seniors on the west side of the county to go every Friday once we get it started. and then to develop it in. And those of you all that's been to the senior center on the east side, you know, they're there every day. There's a part-time employee there every day. And that is through the set of funds that we get through Southeast Tennessee Development District. But the only way that we could get those funds right now is we would have to do something and cut. And I just told you, we actually need more funding for the east side, so. And that's what Stacy will lead into here in just a second. Like I said, when Les came to me, this is just a proposal just to kind of look at and kick around. He has the building. He's willing to let us use it. Enter into a couple, I reckon we talked about a couple months at a time, and then just readjust, you know, if it gets to where it needs more after 3 months, and then to bring a proposal back to be able to have more for these seniors to do.
Yeah, we're thinking that, you know, anything can change, but we look at it about, at least for the first year, look at it about every 3 months and see if we're going crazy on utilities for some reason. You know, we do use propane heat in that building, and it might go crazy. Or some other thing, you know, insurance. I don't know what exactly, but at the moment, we feel like this would cover our expenses and get something started.
What's the dimensions of the conference room?
Yeah, that's a good question. I probably have it here somewhere.
It seats 75 comfortably.
It's what?
It seats 75 comfortably, and we do have the chairs, and we have some tables.
That conference room, it is set up for, you know, with video too, and you just move the tables and chairs out of the way. You've got room, plenty of room for exercises, you know, exercise classes, whatever, Tai Chi, something like that. Move the tables and chairs back. You have a little meeting space and eating space too, if you want.
So did you say she's going to talk to us about maybe grant possibilities? Okay.
Correct. That'll lead into, like I said, I just wanted Les to go first since he's the one that actually has and owns the building.
That it on that?
What's the address to this?
108 Lifestyle Way. It's right beside the new Dollar General store on 411. That's the biggest landmark going right now.
38 by 28 on the conference
38
room.
by 28.
38 by 28.
Dining room's 27 by 41. And the kitchen's 27 by 27.
Anybody got any more questions for him? We'll be getting back with you and see what, I guess, next way he tells us.
So if I could right quick, Gary asked, I just wondered about that was $100 per day on those Fridays. And then, you know, because like Gary said, there's a need there. Well, I know there's people in the community that if they wanted to step up and to be able to see that this is the start, and then, you know, ultimately when we go into this year's budget, you know, we would have to look to be able to get an employee and do those things. But it's just, this is an opportunity, so.
We got to start somewhere.
Correct. And we have, I'm sorry, Miss Stacy, we have Stacy Burgess and Jamie Tyson. They'd actually met on the 27th with all of us whenever we went through the building on the 27th of February. So I'll turn it over to Stacy.
So I'm Stacy Burgess. I'm the director for the Area Agency on Aging and Disability. And just kind of to give you a little background on what it is we do, we help provide funding to senior centers. We do the nutrition program for home delivered and congregate meals across all 10 counties. There's not a whole lot of money, and actually this kind of backs up to several years ago when Executive Hatcher reached out to me around COVID time. We were working on the center up in Ducktown to try to figure out how we could increase participation, and then COVID kind of hit us pretty hard, and we had some more struggles there. But we've just passed out to you a service description sheet of some of the services that we provide. Because not only are we doing services at a congregate and home-delivered meal site, we have in-home services as well. And also, no matter what you all decide on this today, I hope that you keep this information, because I feel like we don't do a very good job in this area of getting this information out there. I feel like there are more people in Polk County that actually need assistance that we're not tapping into. So that just gives you just brief services, and there's a number on there for you to call to make referrals to our agency to do that. But I will say that when he came to me with this, like I said, back around COVID time, I don't know the exact day because it's been a minute. What I said to him was, well, number one, you have to have a space. And number two, you have to have people that want to come. You have to have people that want to do this. And then three, you got to have some money, right? Because there is no money just to go ahead and start with something that's not established. And you don't want to take away from what you already have, which is a very nice senior center. In my opinion, it's one of the nicest in all of our region. If you haven't been there, I encourage you to do that. But we don't want to take away from that. And the money that we give you all is not a lot to be able to run the senior center, the nutrition site, deliver meals here in Benton. We have a home delivered route here. How many of you knew that we had a home delivered route in Benton? Awesome. So the total amount that you all get from us is $23,192. And then, of course, you all have to provide a match to that. And that's total's $5808. I know you already know that, but I just kind of wanted to point that out to show you that there's not a lot of money there. You just don't have the money to take away from what you've already got. So in order to do this, you would have to put in additional funds to do that. Now, if you decide to do this and you come up with an established center, there are things that we can do to help. We can go to our grants department and try to get them to apply for grants to help. What I can do right off the bat is if you say we're going to start the senior center, we can provide meals to you immediately. We have to have somebody there to hand them out, but we do have the funds to be able to provide meals. I don't know if any of you have eaten at the senior center or not. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's not steak, but it's good, healthy food, and they can doctor it up and do what they want with that. But I will also tell you that across our 10 counties, we have some people that is their only hot meal. So what I would see overall is if you do this, if you think there's a need in this area, I would hope that it would grow. And I would hope that right now, just here in Benton, you have 17 people on the home delivered meal route. Many, many years ago, I don't know if any of you were around when was anybody around when Edna Rogers was here? So Miss Edna actually delivered hot meals here every day. We don't have that anymore because we just haven't had volunteers to step up. Executive Hatcher's actually delivered meals himself when we didn't have anybody to do it. So what happened was your hot meals that were getting delivered every day are now frozen once a week. And I would like to, at some point, see it go back to a hot delivery because we know there's a need. There's 17 people just here. You have more people here than you do up in Ducktown getting meals. So the need is, I feel like the need is here. It's just a matter of finding the funding to start something up. We can connect, if you decide to do this, we can help connect services. We can help with programming. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to see the mobile mock. It's okay, good. That makes me feel good that people are seeing it. But you all, those services are needed. They're there. So we partnered with UTC. Executive Hatcher did help me with that. We didn't really know where to start, so he jumped in on that and helped us to get the mobile mock up at the center. We had some problems with the mock being able to park up in the parking lot. So they're actually partnering with the health department. But those are health services that are hard to get for our rural counties. The students also go in, they do bingo size classes. We do those as well. They've got matter balance classes, diabetes classes, cooking classes, So all of those things, we can step in and help you do, but it's just a matter of if you all want to establish that in this area. So, any questions for me on any of that? I have Miss Jamie with me who can give you some examples of maybe some of the grants that we can help apply for, if that would help out. Okay.
Now, all of these different grants are from different funding sources, and they all have their own criteria. There's grants available through the USDA, there's grants available from the Tennessee Department of the Aging and Disability and Aging, and that's up to $50,000 a year. CDBG will be available in the future, you can get up to $1 million. There's some Thrive grant opportunities coming available. AARP is one of the places that has grants available up to $25,000. And so as things become available to us, different opportunities, we will continue to share those with you. And we are in a current, our RFPA is open, so Polk County has applied to continue the services that they do currently provide.
Well, it sounds like it's something we definitely are interested in, if we can make it all happen. If we've got enough interested senior citizens, and I think that will be.
I think
So
that's amazing.
back many years ago, we had such a huge group up there. That center is very near and dear to my heart for personal reasons. And we used to go on picnics up to was it Horseshoe Bend? Is that the park? And when we would go there, we would have a packed house. I don't know if anybody in here has ever gone on that, but I think that can happen again.
We used to have one of something years ago. My mama worked it. It was over in the apartments behind Benton Methodist Church, and she went over there every day, and they had the meals, the hot meals, and she was kind of the overseer, and it was packed.
Right.
Packed.
And I think
And then I think we lost funding for it or something. I mean, that's been years ago. You know.
So the important part is like even at the senior center, because participation dropped really low. You also had floods, so they had to be moved for a while. We had COVID, like all of those things, and honestly, we lost a lot of seniors during COVID. So they didn't come back. A lot that had been coming there for years and years, we lost them. So I think just rebuilding, and I think that we've also helped with the open house up at the senior center to bring more people in. It's just kind of a time to rebuild and figure out if you could do that in Benton too. We've found that they will not, it's hard to get them to travel up and down, and I get that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And that's what, when we talked about this, that's what he told me, it's a struggle being able to get them there. So he actually has someone that's taking the meals up to the center for us. So it's, there's been a lot of hurdles to do that, but I do remember a time when that center was packed out.
I think that's always been an issue of getting the meals up there. Because I
is.
can remember years ago that we had to get somebody to take those up there too.
Yeah. So, I think it's an important program. We're all getting older. Everybody in this room is going to be impacted by age because we're not getting any younger. And then I think it's a really good idea too for intergenerational activities. I have tasked my team with doing intergenerational activities at the center. If you all have a center here, we'd be glad to do that too. Because I think that if you don't teach the kids while they're young, who's going to do this? Who's going to deliver meals when I can't deliver meals anymore? So I think intergenerational is a big thing too. Working with the schools, everybody working together is what will make it happen for you. Any more questions for me?
It's probably something we're definitely gonna look at, because these grants have, not putting you on the spot, but they have pretty high success rate.
Some, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would put it on our planning department. One of our planners was going to be here tonight, and he got stuck in Chattanooga, so he's not here. But we always look at opportunities, and your senior center has had opportunities. The last grant they applied for was at $8,000, I think.
10,000.
10,000. they applied and got 10,000 extra dollars. So, you know, it's gonna take volunteers. It's not gonna be easy to get it started. So it's gonna take volunteers and people who really want it.
And if anybody wants to volunteer to deliver, for the last couple months, couple weeks, it's been me and Ben. I've been doing the first and third Friday, and Ben does the second, fourth, and fifth. So, and I know in the past, we've had a lot of others. I know Samantha, Mush, Keith, Glenn, there's been different ones. So if anybody wants to volunteer, you are reimbursed your mileage, if you so choose. And I know some of you all refused to, you know, or didn't want to take that mileage, or you gave it however, but if anybody wants to, come see us. We'd like to get you set up to be a part.
And can I just say before I'll sit down after this, I'll talk, I won't stay too long. But the Home Delivered Meals program is so much more than just that meal. Right now here, like I said, you're only getting frozen meals because you didn't have people that would step up and deliver hot meals. There just wasn't anybody to do it. I was sending staff for a while, but I can't send staff from Chattanooga to deliver here every day. But when I tell you it's more than a meal, I cannot tell you the number of times that we have gone in to deliver hot meals on a Monday, and we've had people pass away over the weekend. They have nobody else to check on them, or they've had a stroke. One particular case, it wasn't here, but a lady lived by herself. She had fallen in between the wall and her bed, had a stroke, and she laid there all weekend. But our volunteers get to know their people, and they know if that screen door is typically unlocked for them to take the meal in, but today it's locked, something's wrong. So then we can go call for a welfare check. We never leave meals outside unattended. We have to make sure that they're home. So it's a daily safety check. So it's great that you all are doing once a week. That's better than nothing. But if you could get it back to 5 hot deliveries a week, that's really what most of these people need. Some of them don't have family checking on them, or some of them, their family's busy, they're working, they're raising kids. So I just want to throw that out there for you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody got any? Add to that? Number 10, Southeast Tennessee Development Possible Grant Fund, County Executive.
Yeah, they done it all.
Oh,
They got it all wrapped
they
up.
did it, right. Number 11, Fire Association, Water and Building, County Executive Action.
The other Sunday, I met with the Fire Association about a building that they would like to put out at the ball field area. I told them that I would get with the commission and have Greg to call a Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting, so Buildings and Grounds Committee could go out and look at this possible site where they would like to put their building. It's down to like where the Soil and Water has their building at, so it's kind of out of the way. One of the other things there, they talked about the water, and after I kind of thought about it, I believe we have a pressure regulator buried somewhere between the meter and the barn. As you all look around, Ben's been working for the past 2-3 weeks on the big courtroom, so he's not had the opportunity to get out, but we're gonna see if we can find that pressure regulator and see if that'll take care of a lot of the water problems. What happens is it takes 5 to 10 minutes for a toilet to fill up with water, and I don't think it's as much the line as it is that there's a pressure regulator that's buried somewhere. So if we can find that, then if not, they would like to come back with a proposal to add some lines to go out toward the concession stand areas. I believe that we could work with the road department with our interlocal agreement that we have and try to get that done. But we just need to have a Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting and meet out there at the show barn.
We approved the place for a building, didn't we, last year?
I was gonna say, I remember us doing something.
Yeah.
Correct, and they would just like for it to be back down where this is more out of the way, and it would be able to work together, because when the fire is going on, Soil and Water will remove their equipment, and so it'll be a spot for vendors to set up underneath the shed that they have up, and they would just like to see about putting it down to that area. So, but yes, Debbie, you are correct, but I believe this is a different location, and they just want to be sure before they got the approval.
So when's the building committee need to meet?
Whenever you all can.
And meet at the show barn, or
Yes, sir.
we'll do it all, just meet out there?
Yeah, just meet out there.
Are you gonna set that meeting now, Greg, or do you wanna?
Yeah, when's good, everybody will be at the meeting.
You tell me.
See.
So you wanna do it sooner rather than later, or?
Yeah, probably. Maybe, everybody good next Tuesday?
I think so.
Y'all say it's me, Kelly, Danny, Keith, Mush, right?
What time are you thinking?
24th or 31st, which one?
What's next Tuesday?
24th.
Yeah. Is it 24th?
Tuesday's 24th next.
Whatever time's good for everybody to get there, we got plenty of daylight now.
Can we do 6:30 something?
6:30 good,
6:30.
Yep.
Yeah. Next Tuesday at 6:30, show barn. We'll meet with them.
Thank you.
All right, number 12, proposal, office building and Polk County show barn upgrade, county executive action.
Another thing that was discussed with the Fire Association is that they would like to, they'd like to be able to do some projects on the inside of the barn. One of them was a set of fans. I was thinking that was in here.
I did see that somewhere on this.
I was thinking that it was as well.
I think it's on the back. It's on the back.
This would help them to be able to have and improvise with the airflow and the ventilation, especially during livestock shows at the fair. They just want to be sure that they have the approval from the county before they look to do this upgrade. They do have some monies available, so it would be their money. I know in the past that there's been things and it come before the commission, so I just asked them that any of their proposals come before you all, since this is a county building.
If they come next Tuesday, roll it there and kind of show us.
Yeah, I can have them.
Yeah, just see if they come.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
They can show us what we got in mind too.
Not a problem. And you did say 6:30, correct?
Yeah. And they can, this works a lot better going through these sites, trying to talk about it. I mean, talking about it's effective, but actually going through is a lot more effective,
I'll have,
so.
I'll
We'll have that next Tuesday at 6:30, and we'll be on the committee meeting, and, the last thing, and then we gotta jump back to the budget amendments, because we didn't know if the schools were gonna pass and stuff more, and then we got through the budget amendments too. The last on 13 on the agenda is an opioid expenditure recommendation. Yeah.
So this is a recommendation from the opioid board. All but one of the organizations that applied for these grant fund, or this grant money, qualified. And the only one that did not was the Dream Center of the Ocoee region. But there's two buckets of money. One's restricted more so than the other, but all has to be spent on opioid funding. And this would fully fund all those that qualified for this grant to be received. The Transitional Accountability Program in the sum of $20,000. This is a primary prevention and treatment recovery, support, education, and training. Boys and Girls Club receive $20,000, primary prevention, education, and training. Crescendo, $16,727 to harm reduction, recovery support, education, and training. Volunteer behavioral health, $40,000 for treatment. CASA and $29,796.96 for primary prevention, recovery support, education, and training.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion by, who's that, John Orr?
Yeah.
Who made the second? Well, second, motion, any discussion?
Is this the total that's on this budget amendment right
Yes,
here?
sir.
That's
Budget amendment.
all that together?
Yes, that's what yes, sir.
Budget
This is
amendment
money
number
we
two.
get, it doesn't come from the county.
Any more discussion? Okay.
Keith Parker,
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver,
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
I would like to these budget amendments, we usually got them on the agenda sooner, but like I said, we had stuff. We need to know whether it's gonna pass or not before we're done the budget amendments. This is the last item, so. We have budget amendments 25 through 29, plus number 2 to cover the opioid settlement. So, I'll start with 25. The proposed source of funds is for guards, an amount of $80,000. That's taken out of the guard line, I assume, and the proposed expenditure funds is, we're gonna add it to the medical and dental line in an amount of $80,000. Number 26, the proposed source of funds is from library in-service in an amount of $800, and donations in an amount of $2,820, going into line 56,500 for travel for the library in an amount of $800, 56,500, $499 for other supplies for the library in an amount of $2,320, and 56,500, $432 for the library for books in an amount of $500. So 3620 coming out, 3620 going in. Number 27, proposed source of funds is earmark money in an amount of $10,200. Proposed expenditure fund is going into 52,500, 709 data processing, or the EQUI. Is abbreviated, I'm sorry, I didn't get that, for equipment for $10,200.
Guys, this is for new computers for my office for the auditor, because mine doesn't do the new Windows update. So, but it'll be coming out of my earmark, yeah, it's not reserved, not the county's money.
Number 28, proposed expenditure fund is coming out of line 34,530 for reserve public health, and amount of $126,523.96. Proposed expenditure is going in the line 58,500, $368 for contributions for drug treatment in the amount of $126,523.96. Number 29, this is dealing with schools for the money we're giving them for the handicap accessible bathroom. It's coming out of our fund balance, line 39,100. And we're putting it in our, I guess, like a donation line.
It's that transfer out.
It's our transfer out line. I didn't know if it was like a donate or, okay. It's our transfer out line, 99,100, 599. Transfer out amount, 20,000.
Motion to approve 25 through 29, item 21.
What we can do? Second. Motion by Samantha, second by Kelly. Any discussion on those budget
Just
amendments?
one on 26, Brooks, the travel. What, that 800, is it 800 in traffic?
Do what?
The library, what is that for?
I don't know.
Is that,
Unless they've
Same.
done more traveling than usual, they come up short. I mean, it is getting close to, fairly close to end of budget year.
I mean, that's what I would think. Either one of those lines aren't gonna mess with our MOE with the library.
It's,
They're just really short.
as long as it's coming out of their lines, into their lines,
Yeah.
but I just didn't want to travel. Thought we had discussion on that for some reason. Okay. we did. All right.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
All right, and our last budget amendment is, with the opioid money. Number 2.
That's the patrol.
189. Coming out of 189, the sheriff's department.
The sheriff's.
Where's our budget amendment at?
You done it.
Oh, I'm
In
sorry,
that
okay.
group.
I had to make
That was
that.
that 126,
yeah. This one's the sheriff's.
Goes to TAR.
I thought it was because of the sheriff's office, I thought it was the same thing. Last budget amendment, budget amendment number 2. It's dang, is that just for one company? Is it went up that much? Proposed source of funds, comes out of line 189, 34,675. It's committed money for capital outlay in the amount of 60,000. It's going in line 54,110, 718 for motor vehicles in the amount of 60,000.
Motion to approve amendment number 2.
Motion by Samantha. Second by Ms. Kelly. Motion, either one, which one you want to write down, roll call.
Right there.
Any discussion on the review?
Roll over money. Yes.
Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden.
Yes.
Kelly Morgan. Yes. John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
We got that.
We gotta do this later. Acknowledge it
Correct.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, we got this letter from the tree to enter into the minutes of the meeting. Just read the letter and I'll get, somebody wants a copy of the number, we'll have it. Polk County Board of Commissioners, please let this letter stand as record that the beginning budget fund balance amount for Fund 189 was originally understated for fiscal year 26 at the amount of $18,092. An adjustment's been made to show a more accurate budgeted beginning fund balance amount of $101,516 in Fund 189 for fiscal year 26. Per audit, no vote is required, just acknowledgement of change in the budget, the beginning fund balance amount. Thank you, Teresa Lowe, Director of Accounts and Budget. We need to make a motion in right in the middle.
it just needs to be on there.
Anybody? Got anybody want to get off the chair?
We've got one thing, Mr. Chairman, they've been doing some work out at the park, Hammond's Park. Henry Birchfield and Gary McDonald went out there today. There is a underground leak apparently. That one of the bathrooms is under some concrete. Parks and Rec has asked Henry Birchfield to go ahead and identify and let us know if it's going to be more than bid limit, but to correct the problem if possible. Just want y'all to be aware that there is an underground leak under the concrete. That pretty well sum it up here.
Kind of isolate it first. Put a couple cutoffs in there, see if we can figure out which direction it is.
Also, we are still taking any resident for the new computer class. A lot of different ones have been here. I'm not going to just pick on Stanley, but you can see Stanley shaking his head because I know he was one that attended. So if you or you know somebody, these are one per household. So if you want to come and be a part, contact the office, 338-4527. We'll get you set up for a class. And then after 15 hours of classes, you will receive a free computer to take home.
It is a pretty good class, and the computers are pretty nice Chromebooks, so.
Ryan, go ahead.
Thank you. I won't take too long to want to approach y'all from the events committee. We've been approached by the Chamber of Commerce for the celebration of 250 years for America this year. And there's some money that the Chamber has access to help the events committee with the fireworks show. So we would like to partner with the Chamber this year to grow the fireworks show, and just wanting a head shake if that's all right with you guys, if the events committee does that.
Just take the money.
Take the money and run.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's taking the money, we'll take it.
Well, let's partner.
We'll partner with them on, I asked the Chamber to list out what they wanted. There are 4 bullet points: assisting with the solicitation of sponsors and identifying funding opportunities, promoting the event through Chamber social media and digital channels, featuring the event on chamber website calendar and identifying ways to promote and grow the celebration. That hit all the points, Jackie?
Well, I think it's a great idea.
It's awesome.
It is for the community, you know, to bring things, something bigger. It's, I can't take any credit for this. It'd be Jackie that's done all the fundraising as a general statement, and Alicia and out of Jackie's office. They put in a lot of hard work. There's not only so many businesses in Polk County, and when you turn around and ask it time after time for money, it's getting harder and harder. And you can't support, you know, it's Easter egg hunt, it's 4th of July, it's the rodeo, on top of other events, but that's what the events committee does. So another avenue for funds to grow the fireworks would be huge. Fireworks are very expensive.
Very expensive. That's our biggest, trying to get the money raised for that is the hardest part.
Yep.
And they go up every year like everything else.
And people do enjoy it. It's a good show. He puts on a good show.
Right.
So I do want to keep, we want to keep that going every year, and if they're willing to help put the money in for this year to make this year a little bigger, it'd be good.
I mean, it should be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to, I mean, it's community events.
Free money.
What you want when you're fundraising.
That's right.
You don't have to answer, but if anybody is like absolutely no, please let us know, and if we don't hear anything, we're going to move forward with it. That's fair. Thank you all.
And I do want to mention anyone that's got little ones, we will be having our community egg hunt next Saturday at the show barn. Starts at 11, but be there before 11 to get your ticket for your basket, and plus the bunny will be there for pictures. And everybody gets a basket, and we have over 9,000 eggs to be picked up. They pick them up in less than a minute, so it's fun to watch. If you've never watched it, just come out and watch them. It is really fun to watch them pick those eggs up, for sure.
Anybody else got anything?
Before I want to throw in the part, on March the 30th, we're going to have a town hall meeting here in this courtroom here. This is not a political meeting. This is a town hall for everybody to come. All the county officials will be invited. We want to tell people in black and white how their county government is run. There's so many misconceptions of what we can do, what every entity does, what our budget is, and the people deserve to know this.
Yes.
And a lot of people says, well, you know, they need to come to meetings. They need to. Yes, that's true, but I know how people's lives are. I never come to a meeting till I got elected. So you just don't have time. And you miss out and don't. You've got all these Facebook warriors that condemn us for everything that we do. And some of it maybe we deserve. But come out here and tell us to our face, and let's have a conversation. And let us explain. We don't want to be your enemy. We want to be your friends. And we want you to know what we do and what we've got to work with. And it ain't much. In point blank, it ain't much. But there's so many misconceptions of what we get, what our benefits are, our this, our that. There's just a lot. So I'm not going to go into all of it. Just encourage it. I've got a cold. I'm not right. But anyway, I'm just encouraging everybody to tell everybody, and let's come out and get a real from everybody. We can tell what we do and how it's done. And for anybody running that's going to be maybe have the chance to get in these positions, we encourage you to come. because this is not political. This is to inform you. So, and that'll be March the 30th at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
And I think it's good to be transparent, and I think that's what everybody, I
Yeah.
know from it, I'm not gonna try to speak for everybody, but I think we're all on the same
I
page.
think we're all there. And we
With
just,
the other elected officials, that there's a lot of stuff that we all see on social media. So let us all be in the same room, and then we need to address things, we can address
Yeah.
things.
yeah, just like you do. It is. And one other thing real quick, I've just got something to gripe about, and then I'll shut up. But down here in this corner, there is a picture that is whitewater rafting. The rapids are behind it. It's whitewater rafting. There's not an ounce of whitewater in Cleveland, Tennessee. Not an ounce. So, and anyway.
Borrowing your artwork.
Yeah.
This was sent to me by a state employee.
Yeah.
Of course, I sent it to Debbie, and she was nice enough to blow it up. The problem is, you'll hear this word from certain entities. They say, well, that's free advertising. That is not free advertising. If you're, I mean, we're from here, surrounding county, so we know, but if somebody not from around here sees this, say up in,
Kentucky.
Kentucky or
Down in
Ohio,
Georgia, Alabama.
right, and they
Yeah.
see this, and they say, we're going whitewater rafting. The first thing they do,
Cleveland, Tennessee.
they go to dining and lodging, Cleveland, Tennessee. And that's where they book their rooms, that's where they plan their dining. And to me, well, everybody knows how I feel. If we could, I'd sue them for whatever. But until ever, Ryan's here, he's in lodgings. Anybody else in the food or lodging business here in the county? I'm sure somebody is. Until every bed in every rental or motel or every seat in every restaurant is full in Polk County, not one person should be going to Bradley County based on this right here. So we've got every bed full and every restaurant full. And we've
have fussed and griped about this, and
you know,
it's just not right.
You could put, it's simple, put in neighboring Polk County.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
That's not asking too much of them, but they won't do it. And
They won't do it.
I don't know if we need to seek legal action. I did find out about trademarks, and it's kind of weird analogy, but it's got the same principle. Valdosta, Georgia, you know, with Vidalia onions are gone. They have a trademark on Vidalia onion, and you cannot sell, you can get a Vidalia onion at Burgess's, the plant, but it's called some kind of Georgia.
Yeah, it ain't called Vidalia.
But it's a Vidalia, but they've got it trademarked, and you cannot market that under that name. And maybe we need to look at doing that here, because we're getting pounded by this. I mean, it's a real issue.
Talk to attorneys about it, because they did that during the Olympics too.
Yeah, we had a joke going around during the Olympics. I was a whole lot younger than him, a whole lot. But we're saying, welcome to Polk County, home of the 1996 Bradley County Olympics.
Yeah.
That's what we always say. It was bad, real bad. You know, I don't know if we need to look at,
I don't know. I mean,
They've
it's
got,
just, it ain't right. I know that much. And we don't get to claim one thing in Bradley County, not
Can
one
I
thing.
say something that goes with that? When you watch the local news and they talk about temperatures up in this region, you know they say everybody around us, but they don't mention like the Ocoee area or anything like that. So you could assume that most everybody that's living in those areas think that is Cleveland's backyard.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
absolutely.
So that's just one of those simple little things, like, you know, we should be named Ocoee
Yep.
and Benton
Yeah.
and all that on those local news stations, so they do know it's us.
Maybe we could, you know, talk to them, but, you know, we don't market their natural resources, which the only thing they got is a landfill, but we don't claim it, you know. We don't market their landfill, and,
Advertise better.
And Walmart,
yeah.
you know.
Well, they've got a creek in Pollard that's proved the Hiawassee River wouldn't leave the Hiawassee River and swim up. The fish would, was it Mouse Creek? It's too polluted. The one runs right through the greenway. But, you know, they don't need to be marketing our resources. And if we have to take this a step farther, so be it. But, man, it's just, it's a sore spot. And I speak for a lot of people in Polk County. I say that. We're definitely in the majority, big time.
Yeah.
Anybody else, you got anything? Go ahead.
My name's Tony Rollins. I live in Turtletown, Tennessee.
And, I want to address you and see if you can get an investigation on James Jones. He's got a teacher that's abused a kid, and she's still working there, and this happened several years ago, but anyway, I didn't find out about it. I thought he run it through the state, which that's a law that he's supposed to run that through the state when he suspends a teacher, and he didn't. And I'd like for you to open investigation, try to get open investigation through the state of Tennessee, because I can't get one open.
Has she been convicted, this teacher?
No, but she's been videotaped, but the videotape's probably gone. But anyways, no, they didn't. That's another thing he didn't do. He didn't contact the DCS to tell DCS, and that's another wrongdoing.
And he has the depositions where he admitted to it.
Yeah, I got the depositions where he admitted to it. So I'd like for you to open up an investigation through the state. 'Cause I tried.
The DA needs.
Well, the DA, I talked to the DA, but they kept it in court 5 years, run out of statute of limitations, but still, he ought to lose his license for it, because he didn't. It's plain on the Tennessee Department of Education where you lose your license for stuff like that. And plus, he's got a teacher, a principal up there that give alcohol out on the school property, and nothing ever done. And I'm a school board member up there, and while I was out getting signatures, as a woman told me, she said, my kid's getting bullied up there. Well, my kid got bullied up there, and I called him. He said, what you want me to do about it? What you want me to do about it? I said, do your job, do the right thing. And I had to move her. She goes to Tellico High School, and I ain't saw my kid in 4 or 5 years over this. And so she's got to live with her mama and papa where she can go to Tellico, because that ain't Polk County. She don't go to Polk County School. I pay property tax in Polk County, and my kid can't go to Polk County School because she got bullied. And this man won't do nothing about bullying. So I'd like for you to open an investigation to the state of Tennessee, because I can't get no word. I try to get Dan Howe to do something. He won't do nothing. I try to get the Hatcher man, Senator Hatcher, to do something. He won't do nothing. So that's where we stand at.
Is that something that's in our realm of responsibility? I mean, I don't know how that works. This is the first right here.
I mean,
Well,
you don't have full context, you don't have full context of the information that's being provided to you.
Do what?
Is there any litigation going on about this right? Well, I don't even be discussing. I mean, is there any possible pending litigation right now?
I don't reckon.
Not that I'm aware of.
But I do have the definitions on files if you wanted to read them.
I think we got this.
Yeah, I see it's just depositions.
Yeah, we got sent copies, so
But it never went anywhere.
I'm not,
It's not like that we're into the legal.
I'm not trying to dead serious. I'm just not sure that's under her.
I think that if we're gonna start talking investigations and legal stuff, that that's an executive
It
meeting
absolutely is.
with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, something needs to be done. See, he's gonna try to get reelected in 2 months. So something needs to get done.
I mean, we may have that responsibility.
I don't know. That's why I say I think that's a conversation that we need to have.
We'd have to have with our attorney
Yeah.
to find out what our responsibility is towards a situation like this before we can give anybody any kind of false pretenses or whatever. I mean, don't y'all agree? I mean, I don't know nothing else to say. But, you know, we'd have to talk to.
Can one of y'all call our county attorney and relay this on to him and see where the commission stands and get back with us, or what our responsibilities are and where they're.
That work?
I'll contact Logan's law firm that way.
Well, I had a pretty simple question. I just wanted to know how far we were into, how much we got currently saved up for the new schools and the new school account.
The new school account, the projected, at the end of this fiscal year will be 2.8 million.
2.8.
That's at the end of this fiscal year.
Okay. That's, I mean, I can show about $1 million put in there, so I was wondering where we were. And if anybody saw the school, the company that I posted, flat said for $7 million, they could get the building doors open.
What's that?
$7 million is what it takes to get the doors open.
What?
I posted a school built in Knoxville in 2023 with the builders and everything. And the first $5 million went out to buy the land, which we got lots of land. The second $7 million went out to open the doors, just to get the building up and operational by the fall. And then after that, they added up to a total of 32, including the fact. But over the next few years, they found a nice gym and all kinds of bells and whistles. But they had the new building standing and the teachers in the rooms at $7 million.
Tell them, come talk to us. I love talking to
I
them.
think that
That's it,
opens up a conversation that we've talked about before, that we need to sit down as a whole with the school system and us and figure out some sort of game plan, and whether that's at some point to discuss something. So
That's
Because we get 20, how's high school now? 23. What we got, 17 million in it 23 years ago? And Copper Basin High School is about the same, and they're,
But according to the papers that I
that's
have, we're out
23
of
years
date
ago.
on those.
We are,
Yeah,
that's correct.
okay.
Yeah, they're paid, I'm just saying that 7 million, so.
7 million got the doors open. It wasn't fancy. They put on all kinds of bells and whistles after that. But a roof that stays up and a toilet that flushes, we can add whatever later. That's all I'm saying. And my post did include the name of the builders out of Knoxville, who could get the building up for that price. And I'd be happy to give you the information. Because, no, it's not gonna get the fanciest school, but it's a start. And if we've got a little bit of a down payment going,
The sales tax, it passed on the ballot. That's why, people's reluctant to vote themselves in a tax on the ballot. But we done a good job. Walter helped us out with it, Rand helped us out with it. We educated people on where that money was going. It was 1/4% sales tax increase. It was very clear, thanks to Graham Law, that money went in a designated account that could not be used for nothing but new school construction. Can't be used to work on existing school. We can't use, it was new school construction only. And it passed.
is this the sales tax from Big City?
No, this was on the ballot several years ago.
Okay, but when Big City went into being, when the Industrial Development Board passed it, got it going, their recommendation was at that time that anything over that would go into this building fund. Where's that money at? Because we all know that Big City went above and beyond what
Yeah,
they
they hit
guaranteed.
above what their
Yeah.
numbers.
So where's that money at?
Well, 7%, I think it's 7%, of course, goes straight to the state, of all of it. It's our
Right.
local option part.
But when the rest that comes back is supposed to go into the school to be it for building.
Well, it goes in to the schools, but no, it don't all go into the new school.
there was never anything set up like a resolution that said, hey, we're
Well,
gonna
there
put
was
X amount of
Yeah,
money.
but there was supposed to be.
Now,
But I have read that money,
was-
500,000, almost $500,000, that was supposed to go in from the ESSER funds to the new buildings, that program that was already set up and begun for the 2 oldest school buildings to be replaced.
Okay, this is where I'm going to just intercede and say this is why the town hall is important. Because we don't have access to those funds. this is, you guys need to be talking to the school board for that purpose.
That doesn't really, you know.
Well, ESSER is not.
That's not county, it doesn't come into the county general.
But there should be these funds available.
You'll have to talk to the school on that.
Well,
Because we don't have access to those
We don't have
numbers, we
access
can't
to
tell you
that.
where those numbers are.
well, my question is, where's all this extra sales tax going?
Okay, there's a half-cent sales tax. It wasn't a quarter, it was a 0.5%. It went from 2.25 to 2.75. That was local option half
I'm
cent.
not talking
She's
about the
talking about-
resolution.
You're talking about the food city.
I'm talking about
Right.
Food City.
She's talking
Where
about Food
is all
City.
this extra
Right, the
sales
2.
tax going?
The 2.8 million of sales tax dedicated to the schools is the half cent that was voted on by the people.
I'm not talking about that. I'm
She's
talking about the
what
Food
she's talking
City.
about.
That
Food City had
goes to the
nothing do with
schools.
that.
That's in their budget. That's
in
in
their
their
budget.
revenue line. The county doesn't get any.
But they have to
of that.
decide, we have to give it to them, but they have to decide what to do with it once we give it to them. It's,
Well, that's what, so we need to start asking that question. What's that money going? We need a new school.
that, I mean, that's a good question. We're bound to give it to them. It's kind of crazy. We have to maintain that amount, and I ain't throwing off on the schools, but I'm answering Teresa's question. But once we give them the money, we have no control. It's about like giving your kid $100, but you can't tell him what to do with it. But once you give him 100 allowance, you're bound by law to always give him $100,
Some
and you
maintenance
have
of
no
effort.
control over what he spends it on.
So
And that's nothing against the schools,
everybody
I'm
needs
just,
to start going to the school board meetings and complaining about where this money's going to. And y'all are the people we're supposed to turn to when we got an issue here. Well, we don't need anybody else in the central office, so we need to start working on school.
anybody?
So everybody is welcome to come to the town hall meeting.
Yes, please.
I guess my question to add to that is what other ways are we trying to create revenue to add to the school budget fund, to the school fund? Are we trying to bring more business into the community so we can create more revenue? I know how hard it was for the food city to get built, right? So it's.
Wait, I mean, we're always looking. The problem with Polk County, since I've been on here, I've seen it happen a lot. When businesses look to locate here, their first question is, what's your population? And when you tell them 18,000, deal's done. The workforce ain't here, they will not invest. I'm a 50 or 100 million.
Do you guys have a list of companies that's ever like applied to become a business in here? Like
Not actually applied, I'm sure we got a list of people that's came here and there's
When
a
is
bunch.
the industrial development board meetings anymore? Nobody knows.
When are they?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all got a
They're not
schedule?
posted anywhere, in the paper, anywhere.
Are they as needed or scheduled?
They're scheduled quarterly, first Thursday of every quarter, and they are posted on the industrial board website.
But to
Well,
put in
if somebody has
perspective,
started a calendar for the county, it needs to be on that too.
is it on the county website?
Do not know, I'll have to check with Wes.
While I agree there's 18,000 people here, we also got a huge tourism base here that we can offer to those businesses that come in, right? So we got rafting, we got camping, we got all of that, and we have one Hardee's, one McDonald's, and a lot.
Well, that works.
Right.
That works to get tourists here, but it don't work to get a $100 million business to invest. I mean, a business to invest $100 million here. You know, there's a
The
difference.
population's growing, it's coming.
Yeah, it's growing some,
It's coming.
but
See, just like when people goes up there at that lake and rivers and all this on state and federal land, they're just, it's, what do we get out of it?
We're missing out.
They're garbage,
well, I put.
unless they buy a candy bar on the way up there.
Well, here's my thing. What was so sad about the big city thing, we had to fight tooth and nail to get that here, when so many people did not want that here. And look what it's brought to our county now.
They're above their projection, and they're paying the schools part of the property tax.
Yeah.
So,
Because it was $1,800 that we was gonna be giving up on taxes.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I mean, according to most people, we wouldn't get anything from it.
Yeah.
And now just look what we're getting, but we need to use it wisely.
Yeah.
Don't just
That's
throw
the
it out
biggest
there and not
problem we got.
Right.
not put it where it needs to be.
If you go to your Polk County website, your meetings are on there. It is listed underneath your meetings,
It's
so.
never in the paper, and it was always in the
Yes,
paper.
well,
Half of Polk County don't have internet.
Well, we all got cell phones too, so.
Well, I
Yeah, but
think
they
we-
don't have the internet
I
to
think-
pull it
I'm
up.
not disagreeing with you, but I think we've got that took care of too.
Good.
We got that, it's called the Last Mile Grant, you seen it? The Last Mile Grant, and it's supposed to put internet to every house. And it was just for rural counties with, you know, a low
Cause
internet.
I know right out here beside the high school,
Far.
beside the high school,
I'm not sure where they started. but
right
I think-
beside the high school, Pam and Ricky Bell cannot get internet.
Well, they should be, have y'all
cannot
been
get it.
down 411 lately down my way?
Oh, no, they are putting.
They're
up
putting all that,
cell towers.
have you seen below Ken Bishop's where they rented that, I don't know what it is.
Beside the high school.
Okay, but that's a Spectrum, you know, putting in all their equipment, or like a yard. Yeah. Okay, they got your area. I think Spectrum got.
Spectrum's come through and got a bunch of
Spectrum got
areas.
64 south, and what we done, I wouldn't have thought to do it this smart enough to. Everybody bid on an area, and they put like minimum up and down speeds, different stuff, so nobody can lowball the bid and do cheap internet. But my area got Spectrum, everything from 64 south, and they're actually working on it now. They're doing under people's driveways and getting ready to run the ditches.
does have it.
But that, hopefully that last mile grant will help, what Vicky's talking about.
Vicky, they're working on it down Mountain View Road and, down 411.
Okay.
That's those last trucks that you see.
Well, I
on the
mean-
side of the road there. They came
You
down.
know,
Dennis
how about
Creek
the
Lane.
Mountain Greasy Creek area?
It's covering it too.
Gonna get it?
It's eventually
Okay.
covered.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Springtown, Greasy
That's
Creek.
great.
And, back to what he said, I'll say this and I'll hush, but to prove my point about the population, one of our best employers in the county, Crystal Geyser, we got them because that's the only place that water's in the ground. If that same water was over here outside of Paul Hubs, that's where they would be. So, you remember S&S Rock, decent employer, they were here because that rock was available. But that's the only reason we even got them, just lucky, you know, because that water that they like couldn't be found beside the interstate or by a rail spur. And, you know, the population is what, I mean, it kills us really. On the big ones, now they are some probably people that need 10 or 15 people to run a small business that we'd love to have here. But getting a Volkswagen in Polk County is kind of like depending on winning the lottery to finance your retirement.
Yeah.
You could dream it, but chances are it's never gonna happen. But you can think that, but it's just our population.
And then see, like a lot of places where they have the lakes and the rivers and things like that, see, they're allowed to have all these restaurants around all of that stuff. We're not.
Because of Forest Service.
Forest Service owns it. So that knocks us out of every bit of that.
And the only other thing, negatives, I mean, I go on all day about the Forest Service, negativity. I'm gonna tell you something else that a lot of people don't realize. We have several counties above us that are also 50% government owned, like ours is. But what makes Polk County unique, we're the only one that it dissects, and we have to duplicate every service, like, Carter County, I think, they're 50% Forest Service owned, but it's the whole top half of their county. And their bottom half is like one big county. Well, because of them, they dissect us, we have to duplicate libraries, health department, sheriff's office, courthouse, you name it, we have to duplicate it. It's like running 2 ambulance services. I mean, it is a huge burden on us. I think we got a case to make the Forest Service pay myself because
And we only
the way they
receive, what,
dissect their county.
$35,000 a year?
35.
That's all we get.
From the Forest Service.
In lieu of taxes, yeah.
35,000.
So we're basically in the county with, we're collecting property tax off of half the land, not a dime off the other. If you took half the property off of any other county's tax roll, they'd be bankrupt. I mean, we can do better, and I know it's, people struggle, but we're not doing as bad as people think either. We're managing.
Well, and the
money
bad
best
part
we
about
can.
it is there's people that's still selling land to the Forest Service that takes it off of our tax roll.
Yeah,
Sells it to the Forest Service.
314 not long ago.
Yeah.
But,
Y'all just come up with East Polk, we don't even have a grocery store, don't have a courthouse, don't have nothing.
you've got 2 red lights. We
Yeah, there's 2 red lights.
Really much.
They don't work back in town.
Okay. Count your red lights.
Y'all do tit for tat.
I can't, you know, somebody goes
But anyway, bottom line is we're poor, and that's not what we can do about it. So we just gotta do what we gotta do, but.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, out of here.
You think it, or do you turn that off?